you're brand new to Etsy or you've been selling for a while, you still need a way to stick out from your competition, and this is one of the best ways to do it. When you're doing research for your niche on Etsy and you're trying to find keywords, I guarantee you for so many of the niches that the words custom or personalized are among some of the top keywords combined with your niche. And this trend has been growing and growing and growing over the years, and Everbee in this report has predicted that in 2025, personalization will continue to dominate, with customers willing to pay a premium for custom products. When I'm trying to enter a brand new niche, the first thing that I'm often doing is considering different ways I can add customization that makes sense to that design, and that helps me stick out amongst competition, especially in niches where customization isn't that big yet. Yes, there are so many niches where almost every product available to people is a customized option, but if you start finding some of those smaller niches out there, I guarantee there are so many that don't have that available to them yet, and if you offer that to them, you can stick out from the competition. And one of the biggest ways that I add customization to niches that don't have it available yet are adding an EST and the date they started. So for example, if they started school, or the year they became an author, or the year they became a mother, the year they graduated from nursing school, anything that has a date related that perhaps they want to commemorate. The problem with personalization though, and the reason a lot of people try to avoid it, is because it is extra work when you are fulfilling orders through print on demand. But Printify has now made it so much easier to automate this, and I'm going to show you how in this video. Printify now has an automated way to fulfill your personalized products. Prior to this, it was a lot more work. You would have to set up your Etsy listing without SKUs, you'd have to go to other orders, you'd have to go back to your design file, edit it, resave it, re-upload it, versus now I'm going to show you how from the beginning this can all be automated, so this can be done with just one click. So first you're going to find your product that you plan to offer this on. For me, I am going to do a t-shirt, and let's do the Comfort Colors 1717 shirt, and we are going to start designing. So the first thing that you're going to do is upload the static part of your design. So you might have made this in Kittl, in Canva, but it's the piece that is not going to be altered between different variations of this design. And then we want to add in the personalized part of our design, and this has to be pretty simple text. You are a little limited, so you do have to keep in mind how these are going to be done on Printify when you're actually creating your design. But you're going to go to the side over here on the left, and you're going to hit personalize, and we're going to add a personalizable text. Then under layers at the side over here, you're going to see the text, and you're going to put in an example text of a similar way that you want your customer to type this out. So mine is going to be a year, so the person can customize the year that is on their shirt. Once you're happy with how it looks, you can also change the color. The annoying part is there's not a color wheel. So if you want a color that's different than the standard ones in here, you'll have to go back to your design file, either from Canva or Kittl, and find your hex code from that color. And then you can just paste that in so that your color is matching here. Then once you're happy, you can keep it like this. You can change the alignment of this text depending on how your design looks. If it's left aligned or right aligned, you just have to consider how this will change based on how much text someone puts in. But for mine, I'm actually going to left align it, and I'm going to center this here. And as I mentioned earlier, I actually like to put EST in all of my designs because this is like established in 2025, was this improv club. So I'm actually going to add a text here, a not personalized text, but a just regular text box, because I don't want this piece to change every single time someone changes their date. Now, once you're happy with this design, if you want to have this also on a dark color shirt, for example, I've added in pepper. What you're going to do is hit make a specific design for pepper so that you don't affect the overall coloring on the light shirts. And then you're just going to go change these colors to a light version. So for me, I have this color. And then you're also going to upload a new version of the static image here that is a lighter color as well. And now I can go ahead and save this. Now, once you save and you are brought over to to this page, you're gonna notice that the personalization is already flipped on because you did create personalized text in your design. There's no option but for this to be personalizable. And then in the instructions for buyers, you're going to let your customer know how you want them to type out their customization. And I usually like to provide an example as well. So here I put, please add the year you'd like, example 2025. So now this has made a brand new listing for you on Etsy with personalization. Of course, you're gonna go in and add in all your mock-up photos, all your SEO, make sure that you actually are attracting sales. But when someone creates an order, they're going to type in that personalization that you gave them, and it's going to sync with Printify. And this is what it's gonna look like. And in here, you're gonna see under personalization request from buyer, the year that they typed or whatever customization you had them give you. And then you can click on the thumbnail here to bring up a bigger version of what this is going to look like. And you can see here now that automatically the 1999 has replaced the 2025 because we set this as a personalizable text. You can also take a better look by using the review button down here, and you're able to see the design file. And if something went wrong, it didn't link correctly, perhaps the text they put in was too long, so now your design looks funny, you have a moment to make any additional changes to this. If again, for some reason, this was not right, maybe your customer put in a 1999, put an extra 9, and you confirmed with them that there was only supposed to be 3 9s, you can make those changes. And then at the bottom here, you can approve personalization. And now that review needed is no longer there, and you're able to submit this to move it into production. So now automatically, you're able to create and fulfill personalized orders without having to do all these extra manual steps every single time you get an order to be able to add in someone's personalization into your original design file. And someone asked me this the other day, but I actually did test this on my phone as well. And you can log into Printify on your browser on your phone and do these on your phone as well. So if you're on vacation and you don't have your laptop, you are still able to fulfill personalized orders while being away from your computer. The want for personalization on Etsy is only growing, helps you stick out amongst competition. People are willing to pay more for customized products. And if you are able to fast track that process, you are able to offer more personalization without overwhelming your time. So this tool is a game changer. Let me know if you've tested this out in your store, or if it's something that you plan to now offer in your store. Thank you guys, and I will see you next week.